There's a common myth in today's world that privacy is overrated. We're encouraged to share everything on social media, broadcast our thoughts, and expose our deepest desires. But let me tell you something. True strength, true wisdom lies in what you choose not to share. In this video, we'll explore the 5 things you should always keep private according to Stoic philosophy and why doing so can transform your life. Are you ready to discover the power of silence, discretion, and self-control? Let's dive in. Number 1. Your inner thoughts. The Stoics were firm believers in mastering our internal world. In their view, what goes on inside your mind is sacred. Your thoughts are a reflection of your deepest values and emotions. To open that up to the world is to invite judgment, unsolicited advice, and emotional turmoil. Why expose your struggles and anxieties to others when you have the tools within you to face them head-on? The Stoics understood that true peace comes from solitude with your thoughts, not from the validation of others. Keeping your thoughts private allows you to refine them in solitude, free from distractions or external noise. Seneca once said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." When you keep your emotions and thoughts private, you give yourself the gift of time. Time to reflect, adjust, and respond with wisdom rather than reacting impulsively. Number 2. Your plans and goals. In a world where everyone loves to discuss their dreams and plans, the Stoic wisdom urges you to keep your future aspirations to yourself. There's something powerful in quietly working toward your goals free from external expectations or criticism. When you share your plans with the world, you often invite others to weigh in on them. Some with support, others with skepticism, but not all opinions are beneficial. In fact, too many outside voices can lead you astray, cause doubt, and dilute your focus. The Stoics believed in the value of quiet execution. They understood that true progress comes from steady internal effort, not from boasting about it. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors, practiced this in his own life. He didn't share his plans with the public because he knew that external distractions were unnecessary. If you keep your goals private, you can move toward them without being hindered by the opinions or interference of others. Number 3. Your personal struggles. Everyone faces adversity, whether in relationships, health, or finances, but the Stoics believed that vulnerability should not be your default mode in the face of struggle. Of course, it's important to seek help when necessary, but true strength lies in maintaining composure even in hardship. Keeping your personal struggles private isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about developing resilience and learning how to handle your pain with dignity. When you allow your struggles to become public, you relinquish control of them. You invite the world to judge your ability to cope and to offer unsolicited advice. Instead, embrace your struggles as opportunities for growth. In keeping them private, you are in full control of how you process them. You're free to confront your difficulties with the mindset of a Stoic, one that seeks to learn and grow rather than to be pied. Number 4. Your relationships. Your relationships, whether romantic, familial, or friendships, are sacred. In the age of oversharing on social media, it's easy to forget that true intimacy thrives in the private sphere. The Stoics understood that the best relationships are those built on mutual respect, trust, and genuine care, not on the validation or opinions of others. When you overshare the details of your relationships with the world, you weaken the bond. Your interactions become tainted by external influences, and your connection becomes more about how you appear to others rather than how you truly feel and interact with one another. By keeping your relationships private, you nurture a space of trust and security. You protect your bond from the judgment and criticism of others, allowing it to grow authentically. Remember, the Stoics taught us that love is not about seeking external validation, but about fostering genuine internal peace within our closest relationships. Number 5. Your wealth and material possessions. In today's world, people love to flaunt their success, wealth, and possessions. But the Stoics taught us that true wealth is not in what we own, but in how we live, how we manage our desires, how we cultivate virtue, and how we find happiness within. There's no greater invitation for envy, competition, and unnecessary comparison than the constant display of material wealth. By keeping your wealth and possessions private, you avoid unnecessary attention and remain focused on what truly matters. Living a virtuous life. The Stoics didn't care for excess. They understood that material possessions can distract us from our true purpose, which is to cultivate wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Instead of seeking external validation through what you own, focus on inner wealth, the wealth of a peaceful, disciplined, and content mind. So why does guarding these 5 domains, your inner thoughts, your plans and goals, your personal struggles, your relationships, and your material wealth matter so deeply? Because every time you expose a sacred part of yourself, you trade a piece of your freedom for someone else's opinion. When your thoughts are public, you're at the mercy of critics. When your plans are broadcast, you surrender control to naysayers. When your struggles are an open book, you invite pity or dismissal. When your relationships are on display, you let outsiders shape your intimacy. And when you flaunt your possessions, you make yourself a target for envy. The Stoic path calls us not to hide out of fear, but to choose what we reveal with wisdom and restraint. In doing so, we cultivate inner sovereignty, the unshakable calm that comes from knowing who we are, what we value, and what we will not surrender to external influence. This sovereignty isn't built on secrecy for its own sake, but on the firm belief that true virtue and resilience emerge from disciplined self-mastery. When you embrace the power of privacy, you reclaim the narrative of your life. You become the author of your story rather than a character in everyone else's. You learn to navigate the world with quiet confidence, turning inward for validation and outward for genuine connection. And as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, begin each day as if it were on purpose. Let your choices about what to keep private be deliberate acts of purpose, each one reinforcing your strength, your dignity, and your peace. If this lesson on the strength of discretion resonated with you, take a moment now. Reflect on one area of your life you've been too quick to expose. Commit to protecting it this week. And if you're ready for more Stoic insights on living with clarity, courage, and control, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with someone who could use a reminder that some things are too valuable to share. Until next time, guard your inner citadel, cultivate your silent power, and live your values privately and profoundly. Rewritten conclusion. In a world that constantly demands your attention, sharing less is an act of rebellion and power. Privacy is not secrecy, it's sovereignty. When you choose what to keep to yourself, you declare that not everything within you is up for auction. You guard your thoughts like a fortress, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. You understand that real peace grows in silence, and true strength thrives in self-possession. Every time you resist the urge to overshare, you reinforce a deeper truth, that your life belongs to you. Not to strangers, not to algorithms, not to likes or comments. You don't need applause to validate your purpose. You only need the discipline to walk your path with intention. So today, choose one thing. Just one, to protect fiercely. A thought, a plan, a relationship. Hold it close. Let it grow in the quiet. And notice how your inner strength begins to expand with it. If this message reminded you of your own power, don't just scroll away. Reflect, act, share this with someone who needs it, and most importantly, return to your values, privately, consistently, profoundly. Until next time, live your values quietly, but powerfully. Guard your peace, master yourself,